For nearly 2 decades, Lionel Messi has redefined what's possible on a football pitch. His name is synonymous with impossible goals, breathtaking dribbles, and game-winning moments, often appearing when all hope seems lost. We've seen countless replays of his clutch free kicks and last-minute winners, cementing his legend as the ultimate big-game player. But what if the most profound aspects of his late-game genius are actually the things we don't see, the subtle actions that rarely make the highlight reels? The popular narrative often focuses on Messi's bursts of individual brilliance, the sudden acceleration, the pinpoint pass, the audacious shot. These are undeniable. Yet, an insider knowledge perspective reveals a more intricate, tactical masterclass unfolding in the final 10 minutes of a match. It's a period where physical fatigue is rampant, and mental fortitude is tested. And it's precisely here that Messi operates on a different plane, dictating the game's rhythm without always touching the ball. Why the last 10 minutes? This is the crucible of modern football. Teams are either desperately chasing a goal or fiercely defending a lead. Spaces open up, mistakes become more frequent, and the psychological warfare intensifies. Most players react. Messi, however, often anticipates and orchestrates. His actions in these moments are less about raw pace or power, and more about cognitive superiority, a chess master's foresight on a sprawling pitch. A common criticism, or perhaps an observation, of Messi's game is his apparent walking or reduced activity, especially later in matches. What casual viewers might interpret as disinterest or fatigue is, in fact, a deeply calculated strategy. This isn't laziness, it's a sophisticated form of energy conservation coupled with hyper-focused observation. He's not resting, he's reloading, scanning, and processing data at an astonishing rate. During these walking periods, Messi's head is constantly swiveling. He's not just passively watching, he's actively mapping the field, identifying tactical patterns, assessing opponent fatigue, and pinpointing areas of vulnerability. This constant, almost subconscious scanning allows him to build a mental blueprint of the game state, which then informs his explosive, decisive actions. It's a real-time data analysis that gives him an unparalleled advantage. One of the most underappreciated aspects of Messi's late-game play is his off-ball movement, or lack thereof, in a conventional sense. Instead of incessant running, he employs what we can call the ghosting effect. He positions himself in pockets of space that seem innocuous, yet are strategically vital. He disappears from defensive radar, only to re-emerge in a dangerous zone just as a teammate is ready to release the pass. Even without the ball, Messi is a magnetic force. His subtle movements, a feigned run here, a slight shift in position there, can draw one or even two defenders out of position, creating crucial channels for his teammates. He doesn't need to touch the ball to influence the defensive shape. This tactical intelligence allows his team to penetrate defenses that might otherwise be compact and impenetrable, especially as fatigue sets in. The decoy run is an art form, and Messi is its master. In the closing stages, when defenses are tired and communication wanes, a well-timed decoy run from Messi can be devastating. He might sprint towards a seemingly impossible pass, only to peel off at the last second, leaving a defender stranded and opening up a clear path for another attacker. These are high IQ plays that demand anticipation from both Messi and his teammates. One of Messi's most overlooked traits is his ability to dictate the game's tempo simply by his presence and off-ball actions. If his team needs to slow down the play, he might drop deep, even if he doesn't receive the pass, forcing opponents to reconsider their press. If speed is required, his sudden burst into space, even a decoy, can galvanize his teammates and quicken the attack. He's the conductor of an orchestra, even when his instrument is momentarily silent. As the clock winds down, opponents exhibit telltale signs of fatigue and frustration. Messi's strategic scan isn't just about his own team, it's a deep dive into the opposition's weaknesses. He identifies the tired fullback, the central defender prone to rash tackles, the midfielder whose concentration is wavering. This information is crucial for exploiting late-game errors, a hallmark of his incredible game management. Messi's mere presence on the pitch in the final minutes has a profound psychological effect. For his teammates, it's a source of calm and belief. For opponents, it's a constant, nagging fear. They know one lapse in concentration, one tiny mistake, can be punished instantly. This psychological pressure often leads to errors that Messi is uniquely poised to capitalize on, even if he doesn't directly cause them. It's an invisible form of mental warfare. In the chaotic final minutes, decision-making becomes paramount. Messi possesses an unparalleled ability to assess risk versus reward. When to make that audacious dribble. When to play the simple, conserving pass. When to push for a dangerous through ball. He weighs these options with incredible speed and accuracy, often choosing the action that maximizes his team's chances while minimizing the risk of a turnover. This clarity under pressure is rare. While not known for his defensive prowess, in the last 10 minutes, Messi's defensive contributions are often more tactical than physical. He cuts passing lanes, intelligently presses key opposition players to force them wide or backwards, and ensures he's in a position to quickly transition from defense to attack. It's not about winning tackles, but about preventing the opposition from building momentum. This is game management at its finest. In an era of frantic, high-intensity football, Messi's patience in the dying minute stands out. He understands that a single, well-chosen moment can unravel an entire defensive setup. He doesn't rush passes or force dribbles unnecessarily. Instead, he waits, sometimes for minutes, for the perfect alignment of space, teammate movement, and opponent error. This calculated patience is a devastating weapon against tired and anxious defenders. Once that perfect moment arrives, Messi transitions from observer to explosive attacker in an instant. His walking conserves energy specifically for these crucial, game-altering sprint bursts. These are not wasted runs, they are targeted accelerations designed to exploit a specific gap, beat a specific defender, or arrive in a scoring position just as a cross is delivered. The efficiency of these late-game sprints is truly remarkable. Many of Messi's late-game assists aren't just about the final pass, they're the culmination of an invisible assist, the off-ball movement that created the space for the pass in the first place. He might draw two defenders to himself before flicking the ball to a wide-open teammate, or make a run that clears a path for another player to burst through. These are often uncredited, yet profoundly impactful, contributions. While traditional stats might not capture off-ball impact, deeper analysis reveals fascinating trends. Even with reduced distance covered, Messi's late-game involvement often sees a spike in decisive actions per touch and key passes per minute played. This indicates a highly efficient, high-impact approach when the stakes are highest, making every interaction with the ball count. A crucial, yet unquantifiable, aspect is how Messi's presence forces opponents to adjust their defensive lines. Even when he's not actively involved, defenders are constantly aware of his position, often leading to a more conservative, deeper defensive stance. This subtly alters the entire field, creating more space in midfield and enabling his teammates to operate with greater freedom, a ripple effect stemming from his tactical gravity. Messi's greatest weapon in the last 10 minutes might simply be the perpetual threat he poses. Defenders can't switch off, they can't relax. The mere possibility of him receiving the ball and creating something out of nothing keeps them on edge. This sustained mental pressure is exhausting for opponents, contributing to the very mistakes Messi is so adept at punishing. It's a testament to his reputation and consistent danger. The final 10 minutes are often chaotic, marked by frantic attacking and desperate defending. Messi, however, thrives in this environment, not by joining the chaos, but by imposing order upon it. He identifies the emerging patterns, predicts where the next breakdown will occur, and positions himself to exploit it. He is the maestro conducting a symphony amidst a storm, finding clarity where others see only confusion. Understanding when to hold possession and when to push for an attack is a nuanced skill. In the dying moments, a misplaced pass can be fatal, while a conservative one might squander a final opportunity. Messi's judgment in these moments is often flawless. He instinctively knows when his team needs to retain the ball to kill time, and when to launch a decisive, high-risk attack, a true masterclass in game state management. When Messi does get an opportunity to shoot in the final minutes, his efficiency is staggering. This isn't just about technique, it's about anticipating goalkeeper movement and positioning, often exacerbated by fatigue or desperation. He seems to know exactly where the keeper will be, not just where they are, allowing him to place shots with surgical precision, even with minimal backlift or space. Free kicks and corners in the last 10 minutes are high-stakes affairs. Messi transforms into a set-piece architect, not just a taker. His meticulous observation during the game informs his decision-making for these critical moments. He studies the opposition wall, the goalkeeper's setup, and the movements of his teammates, then executes with devastating precision. It's a culmination of his entire late-game strategy. The cumulative effect of Messi's late-game approach extends beyond a single match. Opponents spend hours analyzing his patterns, trying to decipher his movements, often to no avail. This long-term mental drain adds another layer to his impact. Teams are forced to dedicate extra resources and mental energy to containing him, even when he's seemingly quiet, which in turn opens up opportunities elsewhere for his team. What do his teammates say? Many describe a sense of calm when Messi is on the pitch in the dying moments. They know he sees things they don't, that he'll make the right decision, and that his presence alone elevates their own game. This shared understanding and trust are vital in high-pressure situations, allowing them to make runs and take positions with confidence, knowing Messi will find them. For opposition coaches, managing Messi in the last 10 minutes presents an ultimate dilemma. Do you double-team him and leave others open? Do you stick to your defensive shape and hope he doesn't find a moment of magic? His unpredictable yet calculated movements make him nearly impossible to completely nullify without compromising other areas of the field. It's a tactical nightmare they dread. This late-game tactical mastery wasn't always as pronounced in Messi's younger days, where raw explosive energy dominated. It's a skill that has evolved with experience, a testament to his continuous learning and adaptation. As his physical attributes have subtly shifted, his mental game has sharpened, transforming him from a purely attacking prodigy into an unparalleled tactical orchestrator in the game's decisive phases. In elite football, games are often decided by the fine margins. A single inch of space, a fraction of a second in decision-making, a subtle shift in defensive positioning. It's in these micro-moments that Messi's late-game intelligence truly shines. He finds the angles, exploits the gaps, and anticipates the movements that others simply miss, turning these fine margins into game-winning opportunities time and again. While his physical running statistics might decrease late in games, his mental work rate undoubtedly skyrockets. This unseen work involves constant processing, tactical adjustments, and strategic planning. It's a different kind of exertion, one that's far more demanding than a physical sprint. This mental stamina and clarity under pressure are what truly set him apart in the critical final moments. Messi's late-game approach isn't static, it constantly adapts to the specific adversity his team faces. Down a goal? He'll push higher, take more risks, and demand more from teammates through his off-ball signals. Protecting a lead? He might drop deeper, help maintain possession, and look for tactical outlets to relieve pressure. This adaptability is key to his sustained effectiveness. To further confuse defenders, Messi sometimes employs the false read. He'll make a movement that strongly suggests one intention, perhaps a run into the box, only to subtly change direction at the last moment, exploiting the defender's commitment to the initial read. This psychological manipulation is incredibly effective when opponents are physically and mentally drained, leading to fatal missteps. Beyond the captain's armband, Messi demonstrates a unique form of leadership in the final minutes. It's not through loud shouts or aggressive tackles, but through his calm demeanor, his strategic positioning, and his ability to consistently make the right decision. He leads by example, inspiring confidence and clarity in a period often dominated by panic. This quiet authority is highly infectious. The legacy of Lionel Messi will undoubtedly be filled with highlight reels of impossible goals. But for those who truly understand the intricacies of football, his most profound legacy may well be his mastery of the unseen, the game management, the off-ball intelligence, and the psychological warfare he wages in the final, decisive minutes. It's a silent, calculated influence that elevates his genius beyond mere athleticism. In these moments, as defenses tighten and attackers become desperate, Messi's subtle movements and constant scanning allow him to spot the thread that will unravel the entire defensive tapestry. It could be a momentary lapse in concentration from a centre-back, a full-back pushed too high, or a gap in midfield. He sees the weakness, then exploits it with surgical precision, leading to the decisive blow. So, the next time you watch Lionel Messi in the final 10 minutes of a match, look beyond the ball. Observe his head movements, his slight adjustments in positioning, the way he conserves energy, and the psychological impact he has on both teammates and opponents. You'll begin to see not just a footballer, but a chess grandmaster, a tactical genius orchestrating the most crucial moments of the game with unparalleled, invisible influence. His genius, therefore, is not solely in his magical feat, but in his extraordinary mind. It's in the unseen calculations, the strategic patience, and the profound understanding of game states that truly define his impact when the clock ticks down. It's what Messi does in those last 10 minutes that nobody talks about, yet it is arguably the most essential component of his enduring, untouchable legacy.